Hi, this is Marcus Walker. I got started in real estate after moving here from Montana, and I worked in like a big corporate company for about 5-6 months, and I just hated the corporate life. I felt like a caged animal working in a cubicle, like going back and forth. So I started off working in real estate from the guy who rented me my apartment. And I started working for a small boutique real estate office, actually here in Brookline where I work now, and I fell in love with the business from the jump. The pace, every day was a new adventure. Some days I was working with eccentric millionaires looking to buy their next deal. The next day I was dealing with an anxious person who had just moved to Boston and was trying to find a place to live, or maybe someone looking to buy their first home. So that was how I got started in real estate. And the moment my career changed was when I did my second $1 million deal. In Montana, we have a saying, it wasn't my first rodeo. I felt a little more comfortable with this transaction, and actually the place I was representing was my mentor. He had passed away, and he had a huge real estate portfolio, and I had helped him with everything. I had helped him with his rentals, and now, I had lost him, and that was amazingly sad. But what was really special about it is that his children decided to work with me on selling his house. So I got the opportunity to work for my mentor even though he had passed, and I got to do one last deal for him. And this guy was huge in my success because he would always come to me. He would call me once a week and we'd talk about real estate. And he told me something that always echoed in my ears, and that was, mighty oaks come from little acorns. In his way, that was showing that he believed in me when he told me that. And before he passed, before I sold his house, after he passed, he would say, when are you gonna outgrow this place? When are you gonna get out of this company and start a company of your own? And just keep saying in my ear, mighty oaks come from little acorns. And that was just really touching to me. So to get the ability to sell his house, this $1 million listing, was something that was really special to me, because I kind of realized in the moment that I was having success. This was growing. And those words are still just burned in my ears. Mighty oaks come from little acorns. And we crushed that deal. I sold it for way above the asking price. We got an amazing offer. The marketing was perfect. And his kids were so happy with me. And they told me about what he used to say about me, and how, hey, if anything ever happens to me, this guy is going to be the one that takes over the real estate. So now I still manage a building of his and help with all the transactions there. And through that transaction, I realized it was time to start my own company. It was time to live out the words that my mentor had always said to me. And it was time to have a giant oak coming from a little acorn and starting Walker Residential Property. I think my biggest accomplishments are my range of work. I've done everything from sold 300 square foot apartments to sell multi-million-dollar huge listings. I'm the youngest real estate broker in this area to own my own company, so that's a huge accomplishment. One of my values is not letting temporary setbacks become permanent excuses. I learn from every mistake I make, and you'll never see me make the same mistake twice. One of my values is being a good listener. When you speak to me, I'm often writing notes, and I look back at those notes to try to determine how I can work best for you. My mission is to see people build wealth through real estate. You look at real estate and you realize 90% of millionaires created their wealth through real estate. And it's something I take very seriously. I don't want to just set someone up with a transaction and then turn my back on them. I want to make sure that that transaction is the correct transaction that they should be making, so that snowballs into their next deal. And that's really how you build wealth in real estate. So I value the long-term relationship, getting to know someone, being an active listener, and realizing what is going to be that best purchase for them. I think one of my favorite client success stories was last year working with a mother-daughter investing team. I think we put in, 8-9 offers, and they were getting sick of the process of real estate. But we kept on looking all through different areas of Boston, and we finally settled upon Rosendale. And we were able to find this amazing property where we negotiated down the price, and she's living there for free. What I mean by that is we found an investment property where she had roommates who are now paying rent to her, and this young woman is living in a beautiful place in Rosendale completely for free because we essentially house hacked the deal. She's having her roommates pay the mortgage each month. So this young woman is already building such an amazing real estate foundation, and there's no doubt in my mind that I'll be doing another deal with her in the next couple years when she's ready to buy another investment property. But to see from the whole process of being frustrated that we're not getting deals accepted and then finding this beautiful property, but the beautiful property was not at the right price. I had to negotiate the price down for it to work, and then I even helped her find her roommates to live there, and these are people that are now paying her mortgage. So she's able to live in a beautiful home in Rosendale and practically pay no rent. So to see her through that whole process and her first real estate transaction being such a success, that meant the world to me. I am incredibly different than your average real estate broker, where I'm in my early 30s. What also makes me unique is the fact that I am a real estate broker. There's real estate agents and there's real estate brokers. I would say maybe about 2% of people in real estate are real estate brokers. So that makes me incredibly unique. Because I'm young, I'm also super vibrant. A lot of real estate brokers kind of just sit back and let things come to them. But the fact that I'm a solo entrepreneur, I own my own real estate brokerage. Most other brokers work under a bigger brokerage. I do a lot more work. I'm vibrant and I'm young. And I think another big thing that makes me unique is I'm from Montana. So I come from the West. I grew up on a 20-acre cow pasture. I know the value of hard work. I've came here to Boston and made a successful career. So I work harder than any of these other real estate brokers. I'm younger than the majority of the real estate brokers. And quite frankly, I think I'm better than most of these brokers. I am a solo entrepreneur right now, and I like to do everything. So I don't always feel comfortable giving other people the power to do things. So my weakness, I would really say, is that I'm a control freak. I want something done my way, and if it's not done my way, often I get upset. When reality, someone could do it way better than me, way quicker than me, but I am a control freak. I want it done my way. I am so competitive that it brings me great joy knowing the people that choose to work with me, they're gonna get the best deal. Complacent real estate agents are my enemy. Sitting back and resting on your past success is my enemy. I'm an enemy of anyone in the real estate industry that isn't working hard and looking out for their client's best interest. I think the craziest thing that's happened in my practice is all the amazing friendships and relationships I built through real estate, from talking to crazy eccentric millionaires and getting a taste of what their lifestyle is like, watching them jump from one area of the world to the next, building yachts, and watching them just live this amazing lifestyle, but also all the cool friends that I've made from real estate. I mean, some of these people have become very close to me through the real estate process, and now we're great friends. So to build relationships.
If you need 200% from your broker, you've got to hire Marcus Walker. He's the man who'll deliver. This is a complex transaction. You need a lot of help. He will get the transaction closed, signed, sealed, and delivered. Marcus works every listing like he's preparing for the Olympics, getting the deal closed and winning every time. I've been a real estate builder and broker for 40 years, and I haven't met any better than Marcus Walker. He is going to get you top dollar. He's going to get the deal done, and he's going to work harder than anybody else I've met. That's what you get from a Midwesterner with a rugged personality. Don't worry, Marcus will find your dream home. Sell your existing home or mine the market for a money machine.
I think one of the things is I specialize working with first-time home buyers. I'm really good at managing the different steps of the process, and I'm really, really, really good at managing people's emotions. In real estate, it can be a very emotional feeling, because you're doing something that's fearful, right? You're buying your first property. That can be really scary, or it can be a different scenario. You can be selling a place that you've owned for years and you have so many memories there. I'm really good at handling the emotions of a real estate transaction.
Working with Walker Residential Property was a great experience. It's actually my first place in Boston. I just moved to the city, and it was great to have someone who really put their clients first. Well, first off, you should look for someone who gets back to you and who is going to put your interests first. I think there's a lot of people in the real estate industry that are not focused on their clients, and they aren't interested in building a relationship or what it might look like in the long term. They just are focused on the deal and just trying to get people in and out, especially in Boston, because it is such a competitive market. So if you find someone that really cares about you, then you should stick with them.
My big term, long-term goal in the industry is to continue to help people buy and sell properties and to continue to build wealth with real estate. So that involves buying houses and buying passive streams of revenue. So my big long-term goal for my clients is to see them continue to buy real estate and continue to grow their wealth. I think the noble cause that brings me the most meaning is helping people reach their full potential. And when I think about how do you reach your full potential, I think about a story that was told to me. And that story went like this. There's 3 bricklayers one day, and they're asked, what do you do for work? The first bricklayer says, I'm laying bricks. What is the second bricklayer, they say, I'm building a church. And when asked what the third bricklayer, what are you doing? They said, I'm building a house of God for worship. And this is amazing because it shows you how much the 3 are separated, right? The first person, they have a job. The second person, they have a career. And the third person, they have a calling. Helping people reach their full potential is my calling. It's something I take very seriously, and it's something that I help people do through real estate. So if your first transaction's good, that's gonna set you up for another money-making transaction. And that snowballs to form massive levels of wealth. And more important than making money, that gives people the freedom to live their best life. They're not working every hour of the day because of these passive streams of revenue, and they're able to create their best life. So when someone like yourself asks me, what is my meaning? What is my purpose in life? It's to help people reach that full potential. You can call me or text me at any time. I'm a workaholic. I love what I do. So call me or text me